Welcome to another in the series, Sip and Chat, a place where we talk about the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. It's our pleasure this afternoon to be coming into your homes and to be talking about the goodness of the Lord. Welcome to our Mother's Day special here on Sip and Chat. Today we want to focus on our superheroes. Many of them are unsung, but that doesn't make them less of our superheroes. So this is our Mother's Day special, and I want to say to you, you need to get your cup as we go into this evening sip and chat. With me today is a phenomenal woman. Pretty, wonderful, many secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it in the reach of my arms, the span of my lips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal, phenomenal woman. That's me and that's you. And today I'm sitting beside a phenomenal woman, Counselor Anne-Marie Bishop. And when I say phenomenal, these are just some of the professional exploits. So she is a counselor, mediator, entrepreneur, travel agent, mother. And the list goes on. So when we talk about women and mothers in general and how they're able to be creative in their pursuit of happiness, pursuit of excellence, and pursuit of independence, we can truly say that on our set today we have a woman who has really set the trend of what it means to truly be a phenomenal woman, as described by Maya Angelou. Welcome to the program today. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Dr. Leleith.
Thank you
and
so very much.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you.
Yes. So today is Mother's Day, and we want to celebrate with all of the moms across Jamaica. We know that in other countries, Mother's Day is celebrated on different days, but in Jamaica and quite a number of other places, this is indeed Mother's Day. And I know that persons would have really gone out to make sure that their mothers feel special. And indeed, we do it we do it on their birthday, we do it at different occasions.
Yes,
but do. I think, it is so important for us to understand that mothers, when it's Father's Day, we'll talk about them.
We'll talk about them then in June.
In June. But today being Mother's Day, we really want to talk about women. And when I think about Mother's Day and women, Anne-Marie, there is this Proverbs 31 that talks about the virtuous woman.
Yes.
What she does. She seeketh linen and flax, the heart of her household, just safely trusting her. It goes into details to describe this virtuous woman. But one of the things that I find very lacking is that many people, having read this passage of scripture by the wisest man who ever lived, the King Solomon. Many women do not pause to reflect on the words and then affirm, here am I.
That is true, Dr. Leleith. The scripture speaks of a virtuous woman, and it really means being in control as a person, as a woman, knowing your worth, knowing what we're about, believing in yourself, your self-esteem at a high level, affirm that you're strong and you're wonderfully made.
Right.
Understand that you have a role to play within the family.
Right.
So that Proverbs 31 speaks about all of that, and it in fact gives us guidance as Christians as how we should live and how we should behave and conduct ourselves within the family.
And I think what it does, the Proverbs 31 extract, is that it sets the bar.
Yes, it does.
It sets the bar of who a virtuous woman should be.
Yes.
She stands in the gate and she makes sure her husband is okay, her children. It addresses every area of life. And as we reflect on that, you talk about, want to get into this afternoon, why is it that mothers oftentimes, regardless of how much they do, they still feel that, boy, they just feel like they're still not there, especially the mothers who stay at home. Sometimes they feel like, boy, I'm just a mother at home. But talk to us about how important that nurturing is to really bring forward the best in their children. And so it's not just a stay at home mom. It's a very critical role, just like a CEO at any great corporate firm.
Well, Dr. Leleith, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a mom who works and also manages the household, our role as mothers is even greater than that of a CEO. It's our home is our empire. It's
Right.
our company then. And
I like that. I
it's
really, really like
important
that.
to nurture your children, especially at the critical stage, the early stages. In fact, as a woman, from the point you realize you're pregnant, it's important to change your lifestyle. If you used to smoke, you're advised not to. If you used to drink, do not do that during the
Because
pregnancy. From the fetus, everything you do affects your child. So you want to surround yourself with positive moments, positive thoughts, the music you listen to, the books you read, and you engage your child whilst you're pregnant.
Right. And that is very important because I remembered very clearly when we had the discussion on domestic abuse,
Yes.
we found out that a lot of parents who are mothers who were exposed to abuse during pregnancy,
It would have affected the
it would
child.
have affected the child. But you said something, and I really want to go back there as we celebrate our moms this afternoon, that even if, when we look at work, many people think that, oh, you know what, I am the manager for this and I'm the manager for that. But even if you're a stay-at-home, I don't want to say even if you are a stay-at-home mom, you are still a CEO because you are the one who calls the shots in terms of managing that household, and it's no light task.
And in terms of being a parent, a mother at home, you're able to master the art of multitasking, managing your children, getting them ready on time for school, helping with the homework. If you're in a relationship, you help with your spouse and you keep your house in order. You may attend PTA meeting, you have your diary in order. So you learn a lot of management skills being an at-home mom. It's a great responsibility.
It's a great
Very
responsibility
demanding.
because I can tell you, I have one child.
And I have 5, and to manage.
And did I make it known to the audience your multiple roles, right? Mediator, legal counselor, travel agent, car dealer, lawyer, mother. And I mean, sometimes we feel that mothering shatters our goals because we're not able to pursue them.
It doesn't unless you allow it to.
Right.
You can still be a mother and a very good mom and still be a professional.
Right.
It's a matter of how you prioritize and manage your time. So nothing is wrong if you want to have children and still pursue a career. You can have both.
Right. Because one of the big discussions, I remember I was part of a debate where the discussion was that the movement of women from the private sphere of the bedroom to the boardroom has affected family life. So that is something that we can look a little into the discussion this evening on our Mother's Day as we celebrate our moms. We are declaring here on Tip and Chat that when we look at the plethora of activities that they're able to accomplish in any given day, they're really superheroes.
I believe we are superheroes. To all the mothers out there, you are superheroes.
So the transition, Anne-Marie, let us talk a little bit about that, from the bedroom to the boardroom. You think it has had an impact on the way our families have evolved and children becoming even more disoriented, distracted? You think that quest for economic pursuit has impacted our family life negatively?
It has impacted the family life to a point because the reality is that a lot of the households do not have a male person in it. Most of our men and persons may not agree. They have abandoned the household, abandoned their financial commitment to the family. And therefore, it makes the life of a single mother more challenging in trying to manage the household and trying to be a professional. So it puts added extra burden on her to be able to fend for the family, whereas if there was a double income, it would be easier. But why should a woman sacrifice her professional pursuit and be chastised for it because she wants to step away from the traditional way of doing things?
Okay, excellent. So what we're saying here, if I'm hearing you correctly, Anne-Marie, is that yes, there would be some challenges because more pressure is created on that person, on the mom, who now has to go out there and fend and balance that family life. But again, what that has done is it has caused to come alive, so to speak,
Yes.
some of the qualities that makes moms so unique.
It
Because
does, yes.
I sometimes I tell people I have exams. They're like,
I
you're
have
studying
exams.
again.
I'm studying as well.
And it's just that there is this thing about mom. It's like you embrace what is going on in the household. So if your child has an exam, and it doesn't even matter if you understand everything that they're doing,
Just be there.
just being there emotionally for them. I tell people all the time, there's a joke that I always share. I remember my brother, he was doing physics, right? And I came home one day and I saw my mom reading his physics book. And I love my mom dearly, but based on what she should have said to me, about her childhood and, how she evolved into becoming a woman, my mom never explained anything that she was ever exposed to physics. So I was quite curious on going home. And physics is not like history or something.
That's not my cup of tea.
So I went home and I saw my mom reading my brother's physics book. So I said to my mom, Mommy, what are you doing with, Killian's physics book? And my mother, she gave me that little attitude like, I'm reading it. When I used to go to school, I used to do civics. I said, Mommy, there are no cousins. But you know what parents used to do, and I want to say this to all of our viewers out there. Our quest is to so empower our children so that the next generation does not have to encounter all of the blunders, all of the hiccups that we as parents encountered. And I think that is one of the best things that we can do for them. So even if it is that you don't understand the physics, you don't understand the chemistry, just letting them know that, listen, I am trying to make things possible for you.
Exactly.
You understand? And
That's right.
we embrace, women, how they have given so selflessly to make sure that their family has a chance. And we celebrate. That's what this program is about today. Celebrating
And
women.
Dr. Lily, that's what your mom was trying to do when she was assisting your brother. She may not know anything about physics, but the fact that she sat with him, that is support, and that's what children
Right.
need. I am not good at maths, but I try to work maths with my children. Or we have a joke that we say, just let's Google it, let's check YouTube and see what it says, and let's figure it out together. So that's what mothers do. You may
I'm
not
laughing
understand the
because
subject,
exactly.
but sitting with your child and just being up in the same space with them, that is good enough.
And that's what we're saying to moms this afternoon. You don't have to be equal in academics to your children. No, just being there emotionally for them is so important.
So
And there are
important.
different kinds of mothers, right? There are church mothers, and those moms play a very important role as well.
They do. They do.
Because sometimes, as we rightfully say, children might come from broken homes. They might have these issues, these scars, emotional scars. And when they get to church, which is supposed to be that place of nurturing, binding, and so on, and it is the spiritual moms. The Bible says that the older moms would teach the younger women,
Yes.
and they reach out to those kids. So we want to also celebrate church moms.
Yes.
And I have some special church moms. My first lady, Pastor Edwards, who has been so instrumental in my own life in making me the woman that I am today, teaching us how just to be wives, just how to be better people. I wanted to talk to us about Anne-Marie, about even how our yesterdays as women, as children, as girls can impact our today as moms.
That is a fact. I was brought up by my dad. Both parents are alive, but my dad grew me, and to some extent my grandmother and my stepmother for a period of time. But my dad was a very strict person, and I observed that he worked very hard, 6 days a week. He has never been to a PTA meeting, but the point is he ensured that we attended school. So that was his level of support to us as children. And you don't have to let your economic circumstances determine who you are or how you grow your children or how you move forward.
Excellent.
You can learn from those situations and decide the best way for you and your family and your children, and be guided by the principles within the Bible, because it gives us guidance as the parenting.
Right. And what I find is that I want to speak to some kids and some young people who are also listening. Sometimes, our mothers will do some things that in our own eyes, we might not see as the best profession. But remember, their goal is to help you.
That is
And
true.
I am so happy for my parents as we celebrate Mom's Day. My mother is very light skinned, and I'm saying that for a purpose. And we used to sell coal. And, I would come home and I would see my mom, although she was light skinned, as I said, looking very black because of just, panning out those are the cheese pan,
Yes.
had one zinc and stuff like that. But you know what? I never looked down on my mom,
I'm
and
glad you
and
raised that point.
and I never felt less than. I remember one time she gave us an ultimatum. I'm talking to some young people out there today who sometimes, yeah, your mother might not be the lawyer, the doctor, whatever, but it is your mom, and your goal in life should be that. Listen, I appreciate the hard work of my mom, and I'm going to do the best that I can to transform my family's life. So I remember my mom giving me an ultimatum one time, that things are getting difficult. So here is the deal. I'm going to put up a stall. So I need to choose between us as children if we want the stall at home or we're going to go into the market.
But Dr. Leleith, I'm glad.
I'm laughing, because none of them was good.
But your mom was trying to show you that there's always a way, and
There's,
that
and
is
she was going to
important.
make a way. And I lived exactly in front of the main road. So once a stall was installed, my house and
You
my.
wouldn't want to be out there at the stall. That's what you're
But you
saying.
know what? But you know what, Anne-Marie? I'm so glad and I give God thanks for the wisdom that when that proposal was made,
Yes.
she wasn't even really telling us that she was not going to do it. It was which one was going to be the ultimate. And you know what? I used it as a stepping stone to encourage people. I supported my mom. If I had to go there, I take it for a joke. In fact, I would show the people the stall before they saw the stall.
The important thing is your mom was trying to find a solution
Right.
to ensure that from an economic perspective, she's able to provide for you and your other siblings.
So, what are some of the adjectives that we can use to describe moms? As you said rightfully, they're innovative.
We are
They're very
innovative as
innovative.
mothers. We're action oriented.
Excellent. So, moms are action oriented. They're innovative. They're resilient as well.
We are resilient.
Resilient. And moms are
There are so
also.
many adjectives that I'm
Yeah,
not
but
sure it's right now,
yeah,
but
I mean, if we use the word from A to Z, we could find multiple words.
yes.
They're very agile. They know how to bounce back. They're
Exactly.
full of candor.
And we're flexible as well.
Flexible. I mean, sometimes a mom will have a job and, she probably, some of them and I want to applaud those mothers today who do like, they do the day's work and stuff, and they might have had it for 2 weeks and then they hear that they're not available again. And, but they're fine.
They find
They're always
another
going.
route out. Yes, that's so
They're
important.
always going. And
Yes.
so we celebrate moms today. And then we have like mother-in-laws who are also very important
Yes.
in our lives as well. Thank God for the good mother-in-laws.
And the good stepmothers.
And the good stepmothers. We want to applaud them as well because there are some good stepmoms out there. You go to their families, you would never know who is in and who is out.
Yes,
There's
that's true.
one big
That's true.
family. So we really want
And
to
the
celebrate them.
grandmothers. Don't forget
And
the
then
grandmothers.
that's where I want to lodge because many, many people today, I mean, when my bishop speaks, he grew up with his grandmother and he will speak about how many people in his family never had much faith in him. But there was his grandma
Who believed in him.
who believe in him. So this afternoon, as you're watching Sip and Chat, we are celebrating women, innovative women, versatile women who say, listen, if I perish, I perish. But I'm going to do what is necessary and legal to ensure that my family survives. My family is not going to die. My family is going to rise up. And sometimes even when mother and father forsake you, grandma said, no, no, not
True.
this one. I believe, what I like about mothers is that they have this kind of vision to see within you things that you don't even see in yourself.
That's true.
And plant seeds in you. You are my brilliant granddaughter or you're my brilliant child and speak positive over you. It's just, women are just amazing.
And that is so important for us as women. It's important for us to always try our best to speak positive to our children and your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. It's important because words can have such an impact on a person mentally, and it can help to drive them and help them to believe in themselves. So it's important for you to speak positively to your children.
So affirming what the scripture says, that out of the mouth, what we speak can become is life or death.
Yes,
It can
yes.
make or break. So I want to say kudos to all the women out there who know how to rise up in the night, wee hours of the night, and go
gosh.
around and place their hands upon the head of their spouse or their children, or just
yes.
pray for people in general and declare that they shall not die, but they shall live. They're not going to become a victim, but they're going to be a victor.
And they'll be the head and
not the tail,
and
right?
no weapon that form against them shall prosper.
We celebrate women today. We celebrate them. But we also want to say, Antoinette, Anne-Marie, sorry, as we reflect on just this phenomenal nature of women and their ability to just make something out of nothing, right?
Gosh, and so
that's something about women as well. And I mean, I can speak about Jamaican women because I'm a Jamaican woman. Sometimes back in the days, we're strong. Back in the days when, probably there wasn't enough things to cook. Mommy would get some chocho it is.
You're talking chocho and saltfish?
No, there's no saltfish. It would just be like they have the oil and they would get some chocho and they would just season it up. And that would be what we would call our protein or our meat.
Yes.
Because it's just about the innovative nature of moms to make a meal. Whatever it is that was in the household, they would make sure that the family is fed. And that's something that we want to highlight again about the Jamaican woman. I mean, how she's able to make something out of nothing.
And we're also resilient.
Right. We said that, right, that they're resilient. Sometimes they have these encounters, whether it be health issues or it be just anything, emotional issues. It can also be physical issues, but they know how to come back from a setback.
We do.
They know how to come back from a setback. And I don't know, mothers' hearts are so big. They just know how to love. Whether it is their children or otherwise, they just know how to love. Today, we just want to take out this moment to celebrate women across the world who are, relishing in this day that we that is dubbed internationally
as Mother's Day.
And it was really a reflection on the accomplishment of women and mothers in general. And we give God thanks for you, to my own mom, Yvonne Donald, who has impacted my life so much and the lives of so many people, because my friends were my mother's children as well. And they can, they will recall things that she would have done for them. And to the prior mothers, the stepmoms, the in-laws, and just some women who just love you.
And let me use this opportunity to wish my mom, Barbara Brown, and my stepmom, Teresa Bishop, a happy Mother's Day. But of course, my dad, who is also a mom, Telbert Bishop.
Oh, yeah, he will get his day. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this, our special day, I leave you with this thought. A mom's love is something that no one can explain. It is made of deep devotion. It's endless and unselfish, and enduring calm when you are going through your storm. For nothing can destroy it or take that love away. It is patient and forgiving when all others are forsaken, and it never fails or falters. The love of a mother, unbreakable, unshakable. On this, our special day, I know it will get better this evening. We want to say to all our moms out there, Happy Mother's Day.
My mom is the best thing in my life since birth, providing me with food, shelter, clothes, and so much more. She is an hard-working, overachieving individual who has and will keep motivating me to strive for my goals, even when I'm feeling down. Every year she takes us to different functions and hotels across Jamaica, and sometimes overseas. Without her, me and my 4 siblings wouldn't have experienced so much, and we wouldn't be here today. I am the voice behind the video. My name is Leopold Wigan, and I am the middle child. My goal in life is to become a pilot. And my mom has already achieved most of her goals, but she plans to open a cafe, which I will gladly help with. And I will give back to her when I become a pilot. My mom, Anne-Marie Bishop Hearn, has been giving back to the community for years through charity. Being a lawyer keeps her away from home a lot, has me wondering if she's safe. I know she's strong, even stronger than me, and much wiser, but I'm young and curious about everything.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to tell you why all moms over the world are special and superheroes. All moms are independent and strong. My mommy is a special superhero to me. Why? Because moms are special because they comfort us, they put food on the table, and they fight for us. And I treat my mommy with a nice little gift. I give her coffee and breakfast in bed. So treat your moms how they will treat you.
Good evening, everyone. I will be telling you about why moms are considered to be superheroes. They are considered to be superheroes because they help us in many ways, like getting us ready for school, preparing breakfast, and helping us with homework. We can always trust and depend on them. So that is why they are considered to be superheroes. This Mother's Day, you should always treat your moms with respect as they will never let us down.